Hello, everyone. Are you ready for our paper pumpkin, our monthly paper pumpkin? This is the March 2025 paper pumpkin. If you don't know what that is, it's a kit that comes once a month in this. This is a really cute box. It's usually just in a red box, which is also cute, but this is a little extra special box. And you get everything you need to make. Most of the time cards, every once in a while they'll have 3D packaging or something like that. This time we're making 9 cards, so 3 each of these. You get, this time we got 2 stamp sets, which will be hard to see because they're photopolymer. An ink spot, Lost Lagoon. Excuse me, I'm getting over another cold. And then whatever adhesive you need to put everything together. The only thing you might need is a pair of scissors. Everything else is provided for you in the kit. So, comes with full color instructions. All right, hopefully I will be able to, hey Betty, hey Nancy, get through this without coughing. I also provide for my Paper Pumpkin customers and the people on my team that get Paper Pumpkin, the materials to make a bonus card, and I'll show you that at the end. All right, let's get started. This is our first card. Oh, and before I forget, I always go, they have this page that has what you need for each card. The B is missing from this one because when I sorted everything out, I had 3 extra B's. I'm like, well, that's odd. So I just put them in my box. And then when I went to make this card, it wanted me to put a B on it. So you need a B for that first card too. Okay, now we'll get back to stamping. This is our first one. Enjoy your special day with these pretty daisies and the bee. So let's get started. On this one, we're going to stamp. Let me get my Stampin' Pierce mat. Whenever I'm using photopolymer stamps, which are these clear ones, then I like to put my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath of it. All right, so we are going to stamp. Oh, I don't want to lose my little honeycomb there. Lots of pieces in this kit. Let's stamp our sentiment first. Enjoy your special day. And I just go ahead and use my full size. That way I can keep those Stampin' spots unopened in case I want to give them to somebody. So enjoy your special day. In the middle of that. And then we're also going to stamp the little honeycombs. So you've got some here and some here. So we'll stamp a couple of these. One down here. Okay. That's all the stamping for this card. Now we can start getting all of our adhesive ready. Let me set that aside for the moment. Okay. So, well, first it wants us to do this. And we're just going to put, so it shows you what kind of adhesive to use on each thing. So if it's a dot like that, it's the glue dots. If it's an open hexagon like that, it's the dimensionals. So let's do this first. I like to use my Take Your Pick tool. It just makes it easier to get these off. So we're going to put 3 on this tag. And let's bring our card back in, make sure I have it opening the correct way. Would hate for my sentiment to be upside down. And we'll just put that in the middle. Okay. That's straight. Seems a little crooked. Oh well. Now let's get all of our other pieces out here. We have a bee. He's going to get just a little glue dot at the bottom. Okay. I think that's all the glue dots. And then we have 2 of these daisy sprays. One is going to go right side up, one is going to go upside down. And then we have a bunch of dimensionals. So it shows you where to put these. Whoops, got 2. Let's see if that sticks. And then on this one, this last one, whoops, you're going to put your honeycomb face down. And put your dimensional, it's stuck to my finger, on top of your honeycomb. Come on. And I'm going to go ahead and put another one on. All right, well, remember one of those is already undone. Don't want to lose my other honeycomb. All right, and then on the bottom one, there, 2 on this one, and then our honeycomb again. And a couple more dimensionals. There we go. All right, now we're ready to put everything on. Oh, I forgot. When I did this on my second card, I actually put a dimensional on this bee because he's kind of hanging off. Yeah, I need to take that off first. That's too slick for it to really stick to very well. His little bottom is sticking off the edge of what is already up on dimensionals, so he needs to be up on a dimensional too, so he'll be the same height. Okay. We'll bring this back in. Take off all of the backs. That's the one that's already in. Uh-oh. And then this is going to go over your sentiment. And then we'll take off the backs on this guy. And see, you have your little honeycomb sticking out behind there. This one is going to go down here. And then your little bee, see, they show it off the edge over here. Well, I guess in this case, he could have done it with a glue dot. One of them I did, it needed to be up on a dimensional. Doesn't matter. Either way is fine. There. So there you go. Card number 1. All right. Carefully put it in your envelope so you don't break any bees' legs or anything. Card number 2. It's this guy. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. Also, the vellum, it didn't show where to put the vellum on that one page. It goes with this card. I mean, you'll figure it out when you go to make it. Whoops. That one's already made. Let's do this one. This one hasn't been made. All right. So on this one, let's turn our directions to the next one. All we're stamping is the sentiment. So let's set all that aside for a moment. Stamp our sentiment. This one is, thank you for always being there for me. Okay. Get our Lost Lagoon back out. All right, that's the only stamping we're doing on this one. Okay. You will have to punch this circle out of this card, but save it because you can use it for something else. And it is showing you on the back here, we're going to use, they also gave us dimensional strips. So that's what we're going to use on the back of this. So 3 strips. And 1 at the bottom. And we can put that, not to lose any pieces here, on our card base. So just center that on your card. Nope. Hang on, you're not centered. There we go. And then this circle, this green bokeh circle, you're going to put glue dots on. So 4 glue dots, like compass points. Sometimes they go flying and then I find them later. Like that. All right. I'm putting it on in the orientation they did. I don't know that it matters. But it is going to go right in the middle of that cutout. So it's not as big as the cutout area. It's just going to go right in the middle there. All right. Now we have, let's set that aside. This flower, he is going to get dimensionals, which are here, on the flowers, and then a glue dot on this leaf. All right, and then our sentiment, here it is going to get 3 dimensionals. Our vellum piece is going to get 2 glue dots towards the top. That's so this will cover it when we put it on. What does our bee get? Our bee gets, yeah, that should be fine. He gets 1 glue dot on his bottom. Okay, got all of our adhesive on. Let's start with our flowers. So we put dimensionals on the flowers because they're going to be down in here and you want them at the same level as this piece, which is up on dimensionals. But the leaf is going to be on the part that's already up on dimensionals. So this is going to go about like that. Our bee is hiding. He's here somewhere. There he is. Our bee is going to go over here, kind of at the top of the honeycomb. And then our sentiment, I'm going to put the vellum piece down first. And you want your adhesive to be towards the top, because you're going to put the sentiment over that. So you want your sentiment to cover that adhesive. Come on. There we go. Right side up, preferably. And it's kind of off the right side of the vellum, just a little bit. And there you go. Now, if you have the bee trinkets, it would be fun to add some bee trinkets to these cards too, I think. So if you have some of those, that might be fun. I have some. I might have to go add some to them. All right, that is card number 2. Last card has the most pieces. It's not hard, it's just a lot of pieces, and that's this one. It's really pretty. So let's turn to our last page. Get all of our pieces out. All right, let's do our stamping first. I'm going to leave these pieces in here for the moment. So we're stamping on this banner piece, Sweetest Birthday Wishes. So we'll get our Lost Lagoon out again. Stamp our sentiment. There we go. All right, that's all the stamping. Now, oh, here we can go ahead and do this. This gets 3. I think this was the one that I needed to put the bee up on a dimensional. All right, so your sentiment gets 3 glue dots. Whoops. There's 1 glue dot left. Now, we have a whole bunch of flowers. Again, some honeycomb in our bee. Let's set him aside. We're going to need the honeycomb as we do the flowers. For me, the easiest thing to do was to turn them over and match up their shapes to what's on the directions and put them in that order. So I have a little, whoops. I have this guy. I'll show you when I get him kind of laid out what I mean. That. This one was the hardest one for me to figure out which way it went. It goes that way. And then this guy goes like that. So I just looked at these, it's kind of hard to see, these shapes, and laid these out to look like that. And that way I can just put the dimensionals and the honeycomb where they say. I keep losing my dimensionals. Here they are. All right. So this guy just gets 1 in the middle. This guy gets honeycomb. And I think I did 2, just because it made me feel better. This guy just gets 1 there. This guy gets 2. I'm not going to put, whoops, anything on my bee until I get ready to put them on the card. This guy gets 3. They keep coming together. All right, and then this gets the other honeycomb. I think like that. Come on. And I'm going to put 2 on him too, just to keep that secure. Okay. Now, oh, we were supposed to put our sentiment on. Let's move these guys out of the way for the moment, because we need to put our sentiment on first. So it just is going to go in the middle. So pop our backs off. All right. And so it kind of lays over that leaf. A little bit of that flower, a little bit of that flower. So about like that. Okay. Now it's just a matter of matching up your flowers. So that one matches there. They just go on top of their matching flower. And if it's not exact, it's fine. It's just going to add a little more layer to it. All right, I'm just going to pick them up and see where they go. This one has a honeycomb. It seems to be, and you can look at the shading too, like that. Now see, I put this on the wrong place. It's supposed to come off this way. So it might be on that one you want to turn it over and get it oriented and then flip it back over. That might be better. Because I did that on one of my other ones too. It's all good. There's still honeycomb there. All right, let's see what this one is. This is our big one. It's going to go up here. All right, let's see what this one is. But it's this one. Yep, so look for your shaded parts. That's going to go like that. We have this other one that's kind of a half of a flower. And you just want to be sure you don't cover up your sentiment. So if it has to go a little bit off, that's okay. And then one more flower. That one goes there. Now the bee, it wants it to be like on this flower. So I think we need to put a dimensional on his bottom. Otherwise, he's going to... So this is the one I wanted to change because they showed a glue dot in the middle. And maybe it would stick on that flower, but I decided it was easier to put a dimensional on him. And then he's the same level. There you go. There is card number 3. All right, so let me put that carefully away, not bending any petals or bees' legs. All right, so the cards that we made for the kit are these. So pretty and springy. I just love them. But let's do our bonus card. So I try and use not too much else than what you get in your kit. And so this is what I use. This is a stamp from the other stamp set that came in the kit. And the hexagons are from the Meant to Be bundle dies, and it cuts both of those out at the same time, which is fun. And then this is the Distressed Tile embossing folder, which I'm sad to say is going to be going away. It is one of my favorites. All right, so we are going to stamp. Let's get our mat back out here. The sky. And our sentiment. And maybe we'll put some on the inside. So this is a bigger, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a bigger honeycomb stamp than we used on that first card. And it pretty much fills this, so I just stamped it once. There we go. And then I did the Enjoy Your Special Day. You can do a different sentiment if you would rather. And I think I'm going to put some honeycomb on the... I'm just going to get a scrap so I don't make too much of a mess of my... Let's just put a little honeycomb in the corner of the inside. This is the inside of our card, since our card base is kind of long. Just put some honeycomb in there. Okay. Now, somebody will get this card already made. And I never know who it's going to be. I just do it randomly. So one of you will get this one already made. Everybody else will get the pieces to make it. And because Facebook is getting rid of any live videos 30 days after they are posted, I will copy this or send this over to YouTube also so that you can find it there. All right, we're going to use some liquid glue for this. Because it's embossed, I like to use the liquid glue. It gets in those little cracks better and holds it. And sometimes the Stampin' Seal can tear your paper if it's embossed. That kind of weakens the paper and sometimes it'll tear it. Oh, I'm so sad this embossing folder is going away. It's one of my favorites. All right, we're going to put liquid glue on here. And you don't want to use adhesive sheets, at least if you're going to do it like this, because then you would have adhesive sheets over your inside piece too. And I wanted to pop that piece up. So you can see I'm just putting little dots on here. It's a strong adhesive, so you don't have to have a lot. Whoops, let's set that there. Just hold it for a minute. Just so that glue will adhere. Now, let me grab my dimensionals. Oh, I need to cut that. So I just angle cut it on both ends. You just want to be sure you're angling it the same way. I mean, you don't have to. I like it better if it's angled the same way. And then these are going to go like that on dimensionals. That's going to go somewhere like that. And then this guy. We'll go down here. So I just overlapped them a little bit. And I didn't grab them. I'll go ahead and put them on this card too. I forgot to grab them though. One moment while I search for my embellishments. Here they are. So you can use anything you have at home. I don't try and nail embellishments. It's just too hard. If there's ribbon, I do that, but not embellishments. So these are the adhesive-backed metallic gems. And I thought these silver ones looked good with this card. And to me, they had kind of the same shape as my hexagons. Come on. All right, well, we'll use this one then. Being persnickety tonight. There we go. And that's it. That is our bonus card. Simple, but I love the texture of the honeycomb stamping and the... Thank you, ladies. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, so everything we made tonight, let's get everything back in here. We made all of these tonight. Lots of pretty flowers and bees. There is a bee stamp that goes with this bigger set. Well, there's also some floral. Sorry, it's with the other set. There's a bee stamp here. So you could always, and there's a stamp for his wings and for his body. So you could always stamp a bee and fussy cut him if you wanted to add a bee to your card. All right, that is it. Thank you. I will get this posted over to YouTube so it will not disappear. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have a class coming up Thursday. Today is the last day to sign up for it. We're going to be making these cards. You're going to learn the kiss technique with that if you haven't done it. So today is the last day to sign up for that. I also have a class going on the third Monday, which is, let me look on my calendar, April, I think it's the 21st. Is that right? That is right. So today is the last day to sign up and pay for that class. Okay, I think that's it. I will see you all. I will have Facebook Live Thursday afternoon at 3. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but I'll figure out something. And I will see you then. Bye.